everyone, I'm Michelle. I'm at the Mile High Horror Film Festival 2014. I'm with Jeffrey Reddick.
I don't know this lady. Mwah. Never met her.
Never met me, ever. Never seen me before. You have a couple shorts here this year.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I want to talk about those, but let's first talk about, of course, Final Destination.
I have no idea what that is.
Never heard of that
I know
either.
when you land a plane, they say, "Is this your Final Destination?" So, and I know Tony Todd's here, so I don't.
Yeah, it's
wait a minute.
It's like
wait
Final
a minute.
Destination reunion.
I'm thinking, yeah, Tony Todd. I know what Final Destination is.
Whoa. Is there going to be another one?
They are talking about it. And I'm not trying to be coy. They're definitely talking about it.
How involved with it would you be?
I don't know. You know what? I still stay in touch with Craig Perry, the producer on it. He's a great guy. And the last I know, they're talking about it. So we'll see what happens. I just directed my first short. So, I kind of want to
pursue that a little.
Oh yeah, I want to kind of pursue. I love Final Destination. It's an amazing franchise. I have about 3 other things I want to get going. But I'd love to revisit it at some point. It's a great franchise. So.
Are you out of deaths yet though?
You're never out of deaths. There's always a way to kill somebody.
And that's the first thing you do when you walk into the room. You go.
I go. How can I kill somebody today?
How? What's the most horrible way someone can die?
Let's see. What do you have on anything that could kill? Just the looks.
So let's talk about directing. You have Good Samaritan here. That was your first time directing?
Yeah.
What was the transition like from writer into directing? And
it was pretty seamless, and I only say that because I studied theater, so I always wanted to be an actor, and I've been on set as an actor. I've been blessed to be on the set of all my films, at least for a couple of days or up to a few weeks. It was very demystified for me because I know that you have to get a good team around you who kind of share your vision. So I just made sure I got a good DP. Chris Heinrich, who worked on Crank 2 and some other great films. Tommy Hudson produced the project. He did Never Sleep Again, The Nightmare Legacies, and Crystal Lake Memories. So he's done a lot of, and he's just a diehard genre fan. And, I got a great cast, Toby Hemingway and Rainn Wilson, and had a cameo by Jane Badler, who was in V. So, I had a really good team around me, and so I felt very, I wasn't nervous. The only time I got nervous was the second day when it's like, all right, the sun's coming up in a couple hours, and we have to finish this, we have to finish. So there was some stress there, but if you have a good support network around you, it's fun, and it was exciting. It was a short, so it wasn't as much pressure as a feature. I worked with some great people at Access Films and Pentatonic Productions, and it turned out better. It turned out better than I had actually envisioned in my head. It did. And I only say that because for me, it's about the collaboration, and that's probably from my theater background. And I know a lot of directors are very tyrannical, and it's I must control everything. And I know what I want to do, but since I wrote it as well, it's on the page, so I was open to, I wanted to hear what my AD said, and I wanted to hear what my DP said, and I wanted to hear what my editor said, and my sound, I wanted their input, because why bring people on if you're not going to utilize them, if you're just going to treat them like, mules, and say, do what I want. So, I got great, input from everybody, and so there were great things where I would want to shoot a scene a certain way, and then my AD or my DP would be like, well, let me, what if we kind of did this, and that way we get the same effect that you want, but it's one shot instead of 3 different shots. And so there was a lot of that, I was open on set to hearing that. So that's why I think it turned out a lot better than I could even imagine, because everybody was in it for the project and not the money. It was a passion project for everybody. So they gave it 120%. Everybody on my team. So you should IMDb, Good Samaritan short. Anybody on that list you need somebody good, go to that list and you'll find them.
Now, both of the shorts that you had in this film festival did have to deal with, kind of mental issues or
right.
Anxiety, panic attacks. Where is that coming from?
I think on a base level, I've always liked psychological stuff in my horror. Nightmare on Elm Street, I always say this is my favorite horror film, but there was a lot of psychological stuff going on in that. So I always like to deal with psychological, why people do the things that they do. And a lot of that stuff doesn't make it into projects because that's the first thing to go is character stuff. So that's what was fun doing the short is I got to deal with a little bit of that. But there's definitely mental illness in my family, and I've got friends with issues, and so it's something that's always kind of fascinated me as well because it's very prevalent. It's a lot more prevalent than we think. And the thing I love about the horror genre is you can deal with stuff like that and not make a big deal about it, but just have that be like in Good Samaritan, our character's agoraphobic, and that's his reality, and it's his excuse for not helping somebody in need. But to him, it's a valid reason, But then you question, like, well, why'd you make other choices that you made? So I don't know. It's just I think it adds a complexity, to the character, to have them going through stuff that's real and relatable.
Yeah, and I know you're working on quite a few different projects, kind of just holding up to see what comes forward. What can your fans look forward to seeing from you in the future?
Well, if I have any fans, no, I'm kidding.
You have.
I love my fans. No, I'm really. There's some great stuff I'm working on. I'm working with Modern Cine and Andrew Vandenhouten, who produce some really great stuff like Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door and The Woman. We're working on like a trifecta of things. We're working on this social network called www. Well, it's called Tent Square, but it's www.tentsquare.com. Social network where you can create a profile, and it's for filmmakers. It's a competition where we select our actor, DPs, music person, and the people who sign up for our website help fashion the story as well. So it's free, it's interactive. We have like a competition going on now where people shoot like a 2-minute video and they can win like $500 and some great prizes. But we're also he's producing a book adaptation for this project called The Undertakers that I did. That's a very cool like YA book series. It's kind of like They Live meets The Walking Dead. And he's also producing the feature version of Good Samaritan. I'm working with another company called Global Renaissance, and they're producing another project I'm going to be directing. We're doing a trilogy of films based on superstitions, and the first project is based on the idea that deaths happen in threes. And we're also working with the Rollins family. They live in Jamaica, and they have this property called Rose Hall, and there's this whole superstition legend about the White Witch that lived there, a true story. And we're doing a trilogy of films based on that, which is just a fascinating look at life back in the in Hollywood you always kind of compare movies to other movies, and this is kind of like The Serpent and the Rainbow meets 12 Years a Slave. So it deals with the slave revolts in Jamaica, but also deals with voodoo, and it's just a fascinating story. And I feel like I have a book for Tamara coming out at the end of the month, which I'm really excited about. I wrote that with a friend of mine, JD Matthews. So there's just a lot of stuff that I'm really excited about.
And where will your book be available for purchase?
It'll be on Amazon. Be on Amazon as all books are. It's going to be on Amazon, and again, we're going to try to have that out by Halloween. That's our goal for that.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Joseph
Thank
Reddick,
you.
for taking
Thank
the time
you,
to talk
Michelle,
to me.
that I've never met before,
I know
darling.
you have
Mwah.
people at your table, so I will let you go. But
Thank you. It was great talking to you.
It was great talking to you.
Thank you all for watching my stuff and being supportive and everything. So, awesome. And this is a great festival. So if you're ever in Denver, you should definitely check it out. It's a wonderful festival, great filmmakers, great time.